Hi Form Fitness fam, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about what a pelvic tilt is. Have you ever even heard of that? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. We're going to give you all of the details. But before we get into it, do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We need the love. Our hips move in a million different ways. Well, that's not true. Our hips move a lot in different directions, but we want to talk about the pelvic tilt because a lot of times people have lower back issues and or don't know how to move through movement. So Francine, my lovely model, is going to help me describe and show you what that really is. Francine, can you face that way, please? And can you show everyone an anterior pelvic tilt? So she has sway back. You'll hear a lot of people say, oh, my back like arches out. This is an anterior pelvic tilt. It means that her pelvis is tilted so that the water in a bucket would pour out that way. Awesome. Now, can we go to neutral? So neutral, Francine would be very tall. Her hips, this bucket of water, would just be sitting flat on the floor. The water would be totally safe. In a posterior pelvic tilt, she's gonna tuck her butt in and the water would pour out towards me. So again, anterior, the pelvic tilt is that way, the water pours forward. Posterior, the water pours backward. Why does a pelvic tilt matter? We're gonna relate it to some of the movements that you do every single day or in fitness. Now, a lot of times people have lower back issues. Part of it is from sitting, part of it is just from strength, part of it is from this movement pattern. One of the things that definitely happens is we as ladies like to stand and make sure that you can see this wonderful booty that I've been working on, right? Here's the problem. She's now constantly in an anterior pelvic tilt with a sway. That puts a lot of compression on the lower back. So what I want to teach you is how to fix that problem, especially when you were doing fitness and when you were doing exercise. My favorite term, you might have heard this before, but my best way to describe how to get into almost a posterior pelvic tilt, which is the tucking, is to squeeze your butt and show me ugly butt. Squeeze your butt, right? So now she's actually in neutral position, but she's engaging her glutes in order to make sure that there's no tilting and her spine is now safer. Francine is gonna get into a plank position. I find that it's a really easy way to show you the difference between neutral spine and a pelvic tilt. We either have a wonderful or a horrible anterior pelvic tilt, and you can see I could very easily push Francine down to the floor, or if I ask her to tuck in, give me ugly butt, squeeze, and pull her belly button up to the sky. If I press, she now can maintain pressure. So one more time, show an ugly anterior pelvic tilt. Her booty is popped out, right? Look at this sway. If I were standing like this, imagine how much pressure would be in my lower back.
It actually hurts.
It hurts. Now, let's do a very beautiful plank with a neutral spine, a safe spine, a really strong core. It is okay to have some rounding here. That's actually good. And if I push, she's not going anywhere. This can be taught a lot of different ways, but all I'm gonna ask Francine to do is pull her belly button down to the ground and squeeze her glutes. So now release that. Look, relaxed. I can stick my hand under her lower back, pull that belly button down to the ground, and squeeze your butt. That's a pelvic tilt. So start with doing pelvic tilts, just that movement. Squeeze and release, squeeze, and now hold. And then for a bridge, from this position, you're just gonna keep pushing through the floor, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Great, that's your bridge. You see this very neutral position? Okay, release. Let's do a bad bridge. So instead of pelvic tilting, Francine's gonna push through the floor and look at all this arching that's happening in her lower back. Can you pelvic tilt from this position, Francine? She's gonna tuck and squeeze. Do you see the drop? Again, a very neutral position. So you can relax. Again, I think the best way to practice this pelvic tilt motion to understand how to hold your belly really strong, keep your spine safe, is by just practicing that pelvic tilt on the ground, and you'll get better and better at it. That was pelvic tilts. This movement does relate to everything we do. Squats, deadlifts, push-ups, which is a plank, everything we do. And I do hope that you can take this lesson and relate it to all of the other stuff. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. Like, subscribe, and comment. We will see you again soon. And again, let us know what you want to see.